Hello and welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today we're going to be testing out the River Heralds deck. I gave a little bit of pre-mortem criticism and I may have been a bit too harsh about it. It's been a long work week for me. And anyhow, let's see. So, there's so many things that surprised me. So, though I wouldn't exactly call this one much of a surprise, at least I get some early drops that I can boost. So let's keep this one. Again, the first thing I've mentioned is that there are some cards that I'm not exactly quite enthused about. Generally, this kind of trick is okay in protecting your guys, but if you have so many to begin with, I don't know if they're exactly... I wouldn't exactly call my creatures worth protecting. So it's gonna be quite tough to decide. Anyhow, so I'm gonna actually start off with let's start off light with a River Sneak. If things get antsy, I can just cast Silver Guild Adept next turn. Okay, he can choose to take... Well, he can also take Deep Root Waters. No, this is actually the one card I'm happy... I wouldn't mind losing. Yeah. So... Actually, since we're not in a hurry, I'm going to cast another River Sneak. So we're gonna follow up with the regular game plan of this deck, which is to just keep hitting hard. Now our opponent knows we have a dive down, so he's probably not gonna cast Moment of Hunger or any removal shenanigans. In fact, I'm quite surprised he didn't take this one out first. So it does suggest our opponent is more of a... It's not exactly... Probably doesn't have huge sweepers. Okay, so... We actually made them... We actually did not draw another Merfolk here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just actually gonna attack with these guys. I'm not gonna pump with River Heralds Boon. I actually need the card draw more. So I'm gonna chart the course. Our opponent... Normally you'd rather counter the actual threats, but I think our opponent surmised that we are quite short. That we are actually quite short on lands. We might... So he's probably going to... So he's probably going to counter our card draw spells also. And he... Well... Let's see... Yep. Make sure we hexproof the right one. He burns his Entrancing Melody. Okay. Now that our opponent is shields down, I'm going to boost each of my River Sneaks in attack. Now, so we're not out of the woods yet. If our opponent has Golden Demise, we lose our entire board. And I'll be praying for one more land to just cast Silver Guild Adept. Now our opponent is going to he bought back Wizard's Retort. So next turn he's gonna buy back Entrancing Melody. Probably should be careful which one we... Probably should not pump our team yet at this point. Our opponent's just simply gonna take one. We're going to just We're just gonna cast River Herald's Boon on the other. Keep the beats that way. So, he's actually going for Duress. Still Freebooter. He will take the River Herald's Boon. So I'm gonna... Wait, what did he... Okay, he took Entrancing Melody. So I'm going to force him to use his counter spell. gonna find the Silver Gill Adept that's been stranded in my hand. He can't Entrancing Melody now. He can... Can he... Okay, he has Blizzard's Retort. So... Let's see. Whenever an... Okay. So first I'm gonna swing in. Because if he does cast Entrancing Melody, at least it will go to his side tap. So I'm going to first cast Silver Gill Adept. And force him to counter it. So all we need now is for... Okay. Now what the good news is it's gonna come into, at least they enter tap. The bad news is now we have to worry about these guys. So just need 2 points of damage. So while shield's down, I'm going to take action. Let's see what's... I have 6 mana, so Tishana doesn't help. I'm actually gonna take Wind Strider. It's the only thing that can fly up top. Our opponent's gonna leave 1 River Sneak behind. Whenever another... Okay, just pumps him. So... No. I'm gonna wait for our opponent to cast a spell. Though we're really backpedaling at this point. If our opponent attacked with it... Okay, he did not attack with the entire team. He might not have a spell. Okay, so we're facing off against Esperesque. Second son. Okay, so let's the race. And I don't like putting all my eggs in one basket, but we really only have one basket right now. So our opponent's gonna just block with the Kitesail Freebooter. He could take it too, I suppose. I wouldn't mind that either, but he will be forced to... Yeah. If you're gonna leave him behind, you might as well just actually block with him. So now our opponent is going to try to draw into his approach. And we're probably not gonna win this game. This deck does not have any counter spells, so we have no answer to approach. We're not going to be able to deal 9 damage in time. An argument could be made for me not casting one. And I'm going to search so he can actually get there faster. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna concede this game. And we're gonna take 3 damage for sure. We will be able to stave off 1 more, but that's about it. So technically there are several choices I could have played with that one. Probably should have played the Silver Gill Adept earlier. Also, the one with the wind should not have been played that soon. Esper Sagas. That's actually interesting to me. So, for those wondering what the sagas are, they're a set of enchantments that generate an effect when it enters the battlefield. It will generate another effect on the next turn, and it will generate another effect on the turn after that. Then it will be sacrificed and put in the graveyard. So here we have a good first turn play, but nothing else. have it in my mind to mulligan this hand. Because if I don't draw a fourth land, this one gets stranded. Also, okay. Not the 2-drop I want to lead with, but Beggars Can't Be Choosers. And we'll keep the land on top. So, what we'll do, so depending on what color opponent plays, we will have to play... Oh, okay. Good news is our opponent is not likely to have removal. Of course, he could just play a black or a white card and... Oh! Green. Okay, so we have several options. I could play one with the wind to beef our guy up. But we run the risk of getting hit by an anti-flyer spell. I think we were better off just actually drawing cards. Yeah, I did not want to see these over the next 2 turns. At least they're here right now. If our opponent plays Steel... Oh, plays a Mountain. He probably did not have a Lightning Strike in his hand. Otherwise, he would have played this first and just taken out the Mistbinder. We will have to be cognizant of our instance now, though. Because one thing we could do now is one with the wind with River Heralds Boon as backup. As it is, I suspect our opponent is playing a dinosaur deck, so we do want to try to race our opponent. Because one creature is not very exciting. Okay, opponent's playing a dinosaur deck. Herald the Secret Streams, that's nice. Good combo with River Herald's Boon. But I'm just gonna play one with the wind first, keep the beats going. We'll force our opponent to have an answer for our flying merfolk. Also interesting, Herald's gonna come in as a 3-4. Make this guy 6-6. So our opponent's about to enter the range where he can start dropping big threats of 5/5s, 4/4s. If he has white, maybe even bigger ones. So as it is, we're now taking a look at what our opponent is about to do. And actually he's tanking right now. My actual hope is that he's actually gonna try to find a way to remove it. Okay. Instead he's going Forerunner of the Empire. I wanna hold on to this, but I also wanna cast him. So what we do with our River Herald's Boon will depend on what our opponent searches up. If he gets a big threat, we have to get a big threat of our own. Okay, he's getting a Tally. So we definitely have to River Herald's Boon our guy now. Because now it's a race. First thing is cast Herald the Secret Streams. Start swinging in the air. Shame we couldn't wait to put a counter on Herald. In fact, the better play would probably been play Tishana's Wayfinder. Hopefully get a counter on it. As it is right now, our opponent's 1 turn away from Etali, 2 turns away from attacking with the Italis. So it's going Samut. So I'm gonna take 6 6, 7, 8. He has to leave these guys behind to block. Well, at least leave one guy behind to block. Do him the favor and give him a sleep. Okay. I don't know what these lands are. It's gonna get blocked anyway, so I might as well reduce the number of blockers potentially. So now it becomes a question. We know, can we get another River Heralds boon? Nope, not. It's Tishana's wave. It's Tishana's Wayfinder first. Jade Bearer. Okay, we're gonna keep that up there. So next turn, as long as we keep him, no point attacking with Herald. So opponent's gonna cast a Tali. Actually, he's gonna have haste, so he will be able to cast my Jade Bearer. But the interesting question would be, does he have an answer of his own? The Samud combo is actually quite nice. So he did not cast a Tali. He's gonna dig for another land. He probably has a way to answer a flying creature if he's gonna go with that play. Well, the trick now is he has to both answer this guy and Tishana's Wayfinder. Taking out Herald is one way to answer the Wayfinder, but then he'll have to answer the Mistmind. Okay, so he does that. And there is no 5 damage spell for 1 mana. So I'm gonna take 6. No reason to be careful. So we'll give him another land. At least it enters tap, so it's out of the equation. And there's also no... got our first victory. I don't think it's... well, we can't be too picky about how we get our wins. We didn't exactly go wide. We actually went tall by piling all our eggs into one Mistbinder basket. It does illustrate the one key factor of that the Merfolk will need. That's evasion. So let's take a look. Our first play is turn 3. I'm gonna mulligan this. I would prefer to have my first play to be on turn 2. Chart a course. Yeah, sure. It is a turn 2 play. But I would probably prefer to have any of the cycling card draw spells or any spell that does another purpose but still has cycling. I would much prefer to have those. Opponent's tanking on his mulligan decision as well, or at least I think he is. He hasn't exactly hovered his hand over his cards. So let's see what our opponent's up to. Well, okay, we have a turn 2 play. I need a green mana source, so I can't take... as much as I want to take Forerunner, I can't. So at least we got our turn 2 play. Okay. I'm gonna reveal the Wayfinder, so I'm more likely to cast that one. And it's a good thing I put the Forerunner in the bottom. Good news is our opponent is taking his time too. Bad news is if we don't draw green source anytime soon, our opponent is gonna catch up very quickly. I seriously doubt our opponent's not gonna do anything for the next 9 turns. So, come on, green source. Green source for us. And okay, let's play. Okay, played it. I'm actually interested to see if our opponent will offer the trade. Well, probably not. So now we're in the position of our opponent is gonna start. So we now want to leave our Silver Gill added for blocking. Yuck. Well, the good news is we can block. The bad, we can even trade with the Death Gorge Scavenger. Bad news is we're not gonna. Okay, so now we have to contend against the Ripjaw Raptor. But oh, our opponent didn't walk. Surprised our opponent didn't walk in. Not that he has to. We're not lying. We're really suffering. We just happen to have a few decent plays, but so the question now is, our opponent has all this mana. With our green source, we probably should cast Tishana's Wayfinder. Forerunner would help dig us into more cards. Okay. Okay. So yeah, he waited for something. So we're gonna pump and block the Drover. At least save us some damage. So my turn. And we still have not drawn a green source. This is definitely a lost game. Probably a bit unlucky. Another thing we probably should consider is tuning the deck to lean towards one color more than the other. So 3, 6. Yeah, we have no way of blocking all of it. Just cast that out. Just cast that. Does nothing. It was a concession anyway. So we're down 2 games to 1. I don't think we're gonna be able to repeat our success last time. But let's try to get one more game in at least. I'm actually more priced into just play the whole match throughout. I kind of feel that we're gonna get our third loss. Okay, this one's much better. We have a turn 1 and a turn 3 play with some defense. So, but this is not exactly the strongest defense. Sure, this guy gets to become 2/2 later. We'll be able to boost it up to a 3/3. What's our opponent up to? usually turn one is you'd have a play out by now, so opponent's probably alternating. I really doubt he's having an issue with what he's gonna do in his first turn. So let's see. I'm gonna be more than happy to trade dive down for Kumena Speaker. At least we are able to get the turn for Forerunner of the Heralds. Okay. Our opponent seems to be quite distracted right now, so okay. He probably did not expect this to be a stock deck. That may be one of the virtues of playing with what some people would consider as some draft fodder, limited cards, or cards that are not quite fit for constructed. Your opponents won't expect them early on, and I guess our opponent is really distracted right now, or he's seriously raging. I have no idea. Now it's our opponent's turn. And let's go over our plan while our opponent's thinking his. I get that's probably one habit I should keep working on. So turn 3, definitely Vine Shaper Mystic. Turn 4, Forerunner, but what do we get? Okay. If we get 6 mana, Tishana would be Tishana's an okay choice. Though I would if we stuck at about 4 or 5, we should probably get one of our larger threats. Grace. So our opponent's probably playing white-black. So let's cash in with the 3/3. So I probably should get the Herald of Secret Streams. We already got counters on a good number of our creatures. We're gonna get another counter in Forerunner. Unless our opponent plays black mana, his only removal is gonna be Seal Away or much later. I would be surprised if our opponent didn't have any Seal Aways. Or even Gideon's Reproach is quite acceptable. If your removal is all gonna cost 4 mana and above, it's good against some very big threats, but not so great against these small threats. So one consideration we should note for the River Heralds deck is that this is generally a go wide deck that can sometimes go tall. So we should be looking for stuff that pumps our entire team and take advantage of the counters, but we also need to be able to flood the board with lots and lots of fish. So considering that our opponent should have some sort of removal, at least he should try to remove the Kumena Speaker. It's dumping more knights. Okay. If I cast Seafloor Oracle, we get to draw a card. But my gut says I should cast Forerunner. Get Herald of Secret Streams. We need to start being able to punch through. Now, I want to trade with the Knight of Grace. If he gets a black, but he's gonna get tons of knights later. So I want to start. So I'm okay with trading off. I'm okay with trading off 1 for 1. So opponent's gonna try to hit us for 12. I definitely would let them so. Actually, he's gonna try to hit us for 15. So the interesting thing is we can trade with Forerunner right now. But I think he's much more valuable when I play Seafloor Oracle, because he'll be forced to block with Benalish Marshall. I'm going to instead block one guy, just take the 3 damage. So here comes the question. I could play Seafloor Oracle to draw cards and hopefully whittle down these knights. The alternative is to play Herald, so I can attack 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But he hits me back for 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay. Nope, it has to be Seafloor Oracle. We need to start drawing cards. So I have to leave Vineshaper behind. He's not going to get through. Forerunner and Kumena Speaker will trade. I'm actually more willing to accept the trade because Herald will. The combination of Herald and Seafloor will net us a card. Though I'm. Okay, let's assume we take 10. Okay, no, we're gonna take 12. Okay, let's see. The temptation. I need to draw a card, but we're gonna lose if I'm not able to block efficiently. This is actually quite bad. So much bigger than ours. We can afford to let one through. So but these guys are not gonna get through on their own. Actually, Vineshaper Mystic could get through. But we need someone to double block in order to bring down the numbers. Of course, if our opponent has cast out, it all goes for Excellence Binding, just as bad. And yeah, we're forced to block to save our lives. Our opponent was able to catch up quite well. And nope, this guy is not gonna save us. So good game. And we now have a few decent ideas. We'll probably do the same thing that we did with the Vampires deck. We're gonna bring down the mana. We're gonna bring down the mana cost of this deck really hard. And that's it for the River Heralds. A bit ignoble of an ending for what is traditionally considered a very good tribe in Legacy days. Well, at least the mono blue one is. So we're gonna now proceed to postmortem, see how we're gonna fix this up, and that's it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you are not happy about it, please let me know how I can what I can do to improve this. I am going to proceed to postmortem and improve this deck straight away, as it suffers from the same imbalances that the Vampire deck has, in that you are at the mercy of your curve. Generally, that's what happens with tribal decks. You want to get your plays early. The Knights deck we fought earlier was a very good example of that. Anyway, so that's it for this episode. Thank you very much and hope to see you again next time.